You know the music, and now Huey Lewis and the News have inspired a new musical called The Heart of Rock and Roll. It's about to open on Broadway. Huey Lewis is here this morning. Welcome. Great to have you here. So tell us about this musical. It's not about Huey Lewis and the News, but it was inspired by all you. Tell us about it.
Well, yeah, all the music is ours, and the story, although it's original, I mean, there are some parallels. Our star, Bobby, is like 28, 29 years old, which is the same age as I was when I started this band, and it was kind of my last shot, and it's kind of Bobby's last shot, and so there's some similarities.
That's neat.
And you talked about you can't perform any longer because you've lost most of your hearing.
Right.
So, but you said working on this musical has been therapeutic to you. How so?
Yeah, well, therapeutic might be the wrong word, because therapeutic implies that you get better, and I don't get better, but it has been a kind of a salvation for me. You know, it was something to kind of be creative and stay busy and keep my mind off my lousy hearing.
And how is your hearing now?
Sorry? No.
Your sense of humor is good.
I have a disc that I got from Starkey Hearing that they give me that's a microphone that Bluetooths to my hearing aids, and that enables me to hear more than one person at a time.
Wow. That's really great. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad, that you can be here. We just adore you for so many years. And your music is not only featured in this show, but also in the stage version of Back to the Future. How is that to see your songs come to life in this over-the-top Broadway kind of way?
Yeah, amazing, right? Amazing. Not something you ever think about when you write a song, but it's been a gift really for me, and I just enjoy it. It's great.
And we know that you performed on Broadway in the musical Chicago. Have you always been a fan of musical theater?
Actually, no. I was a rock and roller, and I was kind of Broadway. I remember my neighbor invited me to go see Mamma Mia. And I was like, I don't know. But I went to see the show, and I fell in love with it. And I started to appreciate Broadway. And then when I played Billy Flynn in Chicago, I was Billy Flynn number 31. I fell in love with everything that's Broadway. Such remarkable people, smart, intelligent, self-effacing, and talented. Fun.
I had so much fun watching you in this new documentary, The Greatest Night in Pop, about the making of We Are the World, and it looked like you had a lot of fun reliving those moments. That must have been amazing. Yeah,
well, needless to say, it was an incredible evening.
Yeah.
And, it's amazing. I was just telling Lara before we went on that, I was 31, I think. It was like 40 years ago or something like that. And I knew that evening that this was the career event of my life, right?
Wow.
And 40 years later, it still is.
It did seem like an incredible moment.
Yeah.
It must have been surreal looking around that room.
Right.
Like you were a big star, but just every single person in that room was, Bruce was just walking through. Amazing.
Yeah, and that was the fun also, honestly, is during the breaks we just kind of hung out. And, Bruce Springsteen is very funny. I mean, no, he's a really good joke teller, and we had fun doing that, and
so cool.
it was just a great evening.
It was something to watch Stevie Wonder teach Bob Dylan how to sing Bob Dylan.
That was unbelievable. That was unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's just everybody has to see it, and as I said earlier, you really come alive in that documentary.
Yeah, well, everybody was on best behavior. Of course, I was nervous. Stevie Wonder was not nervous because when you have that much talent, you don't need to be nervous.
But you did say that you have one regret from that night. What is it?
One what?
One regret from that night. What is it?
Oh, yeah. It's that I didn't introduce myself to Ray Charles and chat with Ray Charles. Ray Charles is my lifelong, singing hero, and I was in awe. I just sort of followed him around all night, but yeah.
Well, we're so happy you're here. We know that we got a performance coming up. You're going to stick around for that, and give it up for Huey Lewis one more time, everybody. Yeah. The Heart of Rock and Roll opens on Broadway on April 22nd. And we have a live performance from the show coming up in just a few minutes.